2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies going up against the Spurs out in San Antonio. Well, for San Antonio, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Can we talk about Kawhi Leonard, guys?
Sure.
He's become one of only very few players ever to win a Defensive Player of the Year and a Finals MVP. And he just keeps on getting better, Kenny.
His ability to guard multiple positions. His length can bar the point guards. His strength and size can bar the power forwards. I mean, this guy does it all. He can ball hawk, and he's patient. You know, as the San Antonio Spurs are as a team, very patient and very diligent.
And he's the best perimeter defender in the league since Ron Artest.
Thanks for joining us. We're going courtside to Kevin Harlan.
Greetings, everyone, from San Antonio. The Spurs playing host to a Western Conference affair here at the sold-out AT&T Center. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. And it's going to be San Antonio off the tip. Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. Randolph is the 4 with Gasol in the middle. A lot of defense with Conley and Lee in the backcourt. And it's Green in at the 3 slot. And to nobody's surprise, Zach Randolph enjoyed an outstanding season, Clark, in 14-15.
And, you know, ironically, by taking more of a backseat to front court make Marc Gasol, Randolph played better, the best rebound rate of his career.
Just 5 on the clock. Green gets to Conley, fires from deep, and he gets it to go. Conley's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Good make to get things underway.
Yeah, and always a relief, I think, to get those first points out of the way and actually get that first sweat and that first bit of contact in the game, because it just settles you down a little bit.
And for the Grizzlies, they had to be encouraged by Randolph's play after signing him to that extension. I mean, he'd been set back by the knee injury, but he came back in a big way. And Randolph happy to be back in Memphis. He said, this is home. This is where I belong. And look, he's helped establish this team as a power in the Western Conference. And for me, this is the right place for him to be.
In a league that's becoming more and more pick-and-roll oriented, Zach Randolph is more of a throwback, if you will. I mean, he likes to back his man down and battle for those offensive rebounds.
And Zach Randolph drops them both. Oh, I love the power forward. Zach Randolph always seems to carve out space, the space he needs to play well.
Yeah, he's unorthodox but extremely gifted. A nice blend of physicality with high skill level, especially when you talk about shooting the ball.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Spurs on defense. Outside Conley. Passes it to Lee. Back to Conley. Gasol, a screen on Leonard. Conley into the lane. That's good. Conley's got 5 points so far.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play. When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Lee dishes to Conley. Randolph up top. Here's Lee outside. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Duncan, and it's good, and the assist by Parker.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Right side, Green. It's rebounded by Leonard. Spurs have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Green kicks to Parker. Left block shot on the way. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Parker's got his second bucket.
That's a terrific set that they just ran.
Gasol, a screen on Leonard. Conley, the pass to Gasol. Goes back up. Duncan with the block. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. Parker dishes to Aldridge. And it's San Antonio with another.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Conley against Leonard. Conley kicks to Gasol. Conley, the pass to Gasol. Out to Conley. Fires for 3. And the shot is good. Conley's got 8 points.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Nobody near Leonard gets the three-pointer to fall.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
And here is Conley. Kawhi Leonard getting his 3 to go. It's stolen by Duncan. Now here's the fast break. Parker leading the way. Here's Leonard. That one off the back iron and out. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Good looking screen by Gasol. Courtney Lee is on the wing. 13 feet away. Rebound San Antonio.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And the dunk by Aldridge.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And it's just hard to imagine the Spurs without Coach Popovich on the sidelines. He's the longest tenured coach in the NBA and has done so much for this team. Easily one of the best coaches in the history of our league.
And Greg, you know, for Popovich being with the Spurs for so long, since 1996, Clark, he is actually the longest tenured coach in all of sports right now.
Amazing, Kevin, and he's done it through winning. I mean, the third fastest coach ever to get to 1,000 wins. You compare his numbers with any coach in any sport, and they stack up as Hall of Fame caliber.
Both good from the line that time. And, of course, Tony Parker, so big for San Antonio in those championship runs. But word on the street was that Spurs coach Greg Popovich didn't always go easy on Tony. He really pushed him to the limit.
You know, it started back when Tony was invited to the Spurs summer camp before the 2001 draft. One of the scouts was really physical with Tony, really gave him a hard time, and that was really the start of his maturation process in learning to deal with the NBA. And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Now here is Conley. 8 points for him. Randolph can't hit.
And, you know, getting back to Popovich's relationship with Tony Parker, Pop made the decision to draft Parker. So he obviously saw something. But Pop's a perfectionist, and if you're going to play point guards for him, you've got to deliver consistently.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And talking about Tony Parker, Pop's tough love with him really
paid off. Tony eventually became incredibly consistent, culminating with him being named the Finals MVP back in '07.
Here's Conley. Gasol a screen. Conley dishes to Gasol. Over in the corner, Green. Clock at 6. That's short off the rim. Spurs leading by 10. Parker kicks to Green. Nobody near Parker. Can't get it to go. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Outside Conley. Randolph kicks to Green. Randolph a screen. Inside, up off the screen, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Nice, accurate pass right into the middle.
San Antonio's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Here's Leonard. And that one goes long. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Outside Conley. He kicks it to Gasol. The shot misses. Duncan with some nice D.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
To the paint. And Green with the basket on the assist from Duncan. Green's got his first basket.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Now here's Conley. 8 points for him. And Green gets it to go.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Now we go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Dave Yig. Doris?
I asked him what they needed to key in on defensively, and he said, well, we've got to limit penetration by Tony Parker. He's really the, quote, head of the snake, and with his floater, he doesn't need to get all the way to the rim to score. It's crucial that we do our best to keep him outside the lane. Guys, that's no easy assignment. We'll see how much success they have defensively.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Again, the miss by Gasol.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see. You know, you take a look at this group of Spurs and you wonder if they've peaked. I mean, it seems you say that a lot with this team, and they prove you wrong. But Popovich said last year he feels it might actually be the case.
Parker against Conley. Kicks it to Duncan. Takes the 13-footer. Uses the glass to drop it in. Duncan's got his second basket of the game.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Parker.
And so last season for Tony Parker, somewhat of a shift. I mean, he was solid, but injuries cost him a few games. He also had his lowest assist and points per game totals since his rookie year. But he fought through like the champion that he is.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Manu Ginobili's checked in for Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Then for the Grizzlies, Brandon Wright's checked in for Randolph. Barnes comes in for Jeff Green. And Allen subbed in for Courtney Lee. Last year, a big challenge for Tony Parker. He was in his 14th season, obviously. Every great player needs to transform his game as he gets on an age clock. We've seen it with the great ones. Parker did put up the highest three-point percentage of his career last year.
And he also ran the offense with tremendous poise and professionalism and cut down the turnover average as well, the lowest of his career.
Gasol a screen, and it's Conley penetrating. Pulls it from the elbow. Off the left rim and out.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Ginobili the pass to West. Leonard kicks to Ginobili. West a screen on Barnes. Ginobili outside. From deep. It's rebounded by Memphis. Here's Allen. Nice D from Ginobili.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Leonard with the ball. Conley picks him up. Here's Diaw. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And the Spurs lead by 7.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
And here's Conley outside. It's hauled in by Ginobili.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
There's a screen. Allen outside. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Barnes dishes to Allen. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Here's Gasol. He scores with that shot. Now he's 3 of 8. Spurs leading by 7. Now Ginobili. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Pass to Leonard. Diaw with the screen on Barnes. Leonard kicks to Diaw. From outside, off the mark.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
No, it always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Barnes can't get it to go. San Antonio's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Left side, West. It's rebounded by Memphis. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Diaw, the pass to Ginobili. Gets it off. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And that concludes. And Spurs head coach Greg Popovich, very demanding. Throughout the years, he was hardest on his point guard, Tony Parker. And here's what Parker had to say about that.
My first 3-4 years, it was tough sometimes. Sometimes, like, eyes watered. I was, like, really angry, and it was tough at times. Definitely very hard on me early in my career.
Even though it seems like that was a very long time ago now, to hear Tony Parker talk about it now, it still sounds very fresh to him.
Did he acknowledge, Kevin, that he cried?
It sounds like it, yeah.
The game made him cry. That's one of the things fans forget about with professional athletes. No matter how successful they get, players never forget that pain and frustration or those other emotions they've gone through to help get them to where they are.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here. What do you think they've been doing or not doing?
It's been a point of emphasis, no doubt, to make sure they attack the rim offensively.
I love the fact they're not settling for outside shots. Keep attacking that rack.
So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter, we've got Udrih. Green is out there with Carter. Then it's Zach Randolph. And it's Allen in at the 2. Now here's Green. A shot by Randolph. Nobody around. Drills the elbow jumper. Randolph's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Grizzlies. And stolen by Udrih. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Here's Green. Again, the miss by Green. Spurs leading by 3. Diaw sets the pick for Ginobili. Diaw, the screen. Green dishes to Ginobili. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now here is Carter. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Randolph kicks to Green. Clock at 4. Shot from the wing. And he gets it to go. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Aldridge a screen. Parker passes to Aldridge. And it's good on the assist by Parker. 8 points for Aldridge.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Well, I tell you, the Grizzlies guys were really dominant in the first half of the season last year. But after the All-Star break, barely played above 500.
That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to 3 points. Nice bucket there from Allen. The Spurs have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Ginobili attacking from 11 feet away. Aldridge misses. Memphis has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. About 3 minutes played so far in this second quarter. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And Beno Udrih, a 6'3 lefty combo guard out of Yugoslavia. He can run the pick and roll and has really improved from mid-range. Can square up and bury it at a moment's notice.
And Udrih lacks the quickness, Clark, to stay with most point guards defensively.
Yeah, just by a step or two, and that's why he's better defending 2 guards. He does a much better job when he's matched up with 2s versus point guards.
Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Boris Diaw. And Memphis also making a switch. Lee's checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Boy, the Grizzlies had a good shot at winning their division last year. Ended up only 1 game behind the Rockets at the end of the season. Tough pill to swallow for them.
Now here's Duncan. Outside Aldridge. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Jeff Green picks one up. And for the Grizzlies, it would have been their first Southwest Division title ever last year. They remain the only team in the division to not win it yet. Houston won it last season.
Yeah, and they only went 9-7 last season within the division. That was still the best in-division record in the Southwest. Every other team went 8-8 or 7-9.
And the first one at the line is good.
And guys, remember, LaMarcus Aldridge last January suffering a torn ligament in his thumb, scheduled to undergo surgery and miss 2 months of the season. But he opted to tough it out and keep playing. And boy, how big was that for the Blazers?
And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both. And Aldridge postponing that thumb injury surgery, even though they said it might double his eventual recovery time.
Yeah, I think it's pretty admirable that he was out there because he wasn't just playing in pain. He was playing hurt. That shows you his commitment to winning.
Now here's Lee. Picked by Randolph. Pass to Carter. Randolph, a screen on Green. Carter. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Carter's got 4 points in the quarter.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Randolph against Aldridge. Fades away. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. And that's 12 points for Aldridge. The Grizzlies trail by 3. And stolen by Aldridge. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Finished off the break. 8 points for Parker.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Here's Lee after Jeff Green's bucket. It's stolen by Duncan. Ginobili outside. Now the pass to Parker. Aldridge is screening. Ginobili kicks to Aldridge. Carter with the block. Here's Udrich, covered by Parker. Green, the screen. Udrich dishes to Green. Carter outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's the 3. The shot no good. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. They've led by as much as 10. Aldridge wide open, he fires. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. 15 points for Aldridge.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the 3.
Here we go, San Antonio. Please give it up for the Spurs dance team.
Here's Udrich. There's the dish to Randolph. From 12 feet out. And he gets the kind bounce as that one drops in for him. Randolph's got 8 points.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
Duncan kicks to Parker. He dishes it to Aldridge. That doesn't go either for Aldridge. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Carter, the pass to Udrich. Randolph against Duncan. Randolph dishes to Lee. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Randolph. No good. Duncan with some nice D.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those 2 things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
Now here is Carter following the miss by LaMarcus Aldridge. Left side Randolph. And the rebound goes to Duncan. Duncan's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Ginobili outside. Green against Lee. Green kicks to Parker. And he banks in the layup. Parker's got 10.
Very high quality shot. Can't get enough of those.
Udrich the pass to Carter. Here's Randolph. The Grizzlies with another miss. Spurs leading by 6. Outside, Green. Lets it go from 11. Aldridge can't get that one to fall. For Memphis, they've gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Here's Green. That one falls, coming off Carter's feed. And that's now 6 points for Jeff Green. Parker, a screen on Lee. The drive by Green. Off the mark, his first miss of the game, 1 for 2. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And Udrich kicks to Green. Good. Score the basket. Mark him 4 for 8, shooting 50% so far.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup. And the Spurs, being the defending champions out west heading into last year, but they would end up 6th in the conference with a record of 55-27. Had a record of 32-20 against the rest of the West.
Well, we knew the West was going to be wild and very competitive all season long last year, and the Spurs, Clark, epitomized just how crazy and tough things can be there.
Yeah, and with about 3 weeks left in the season, the Spurs were sitting in the 7th playoff spot. And then they go on a tear and win 11 games in a row to jump to number 2. Finally lose 1 game, and they're all the way back to 6.
Look now for San Antonio. David West, he's checked in for Aldridge. Leonard comes in for Manu Ginobili. And it's Mills in for Daniel Green. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Marcus All's checked in for Randolph. Wright comes in for Jeff Green. Matt Barnes is checked in for Vince Carter. And Mike Conley is subbed in for Udrich. Now here's Parker. 10 points for him. Conley's shot is off.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it. The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Lee kicks to Gasol. The game now all time. Gasol's got 8 points.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Shots good by Mills.
They're hovering around 50% for the game in 3-pointers. That's pretty good. But they've really elevated here in the second quarter.
Conley dishes to Lee. Gasol kicks to Lee. Lets a floater go. Tim Duncan grabs the miss. Duncan's got his 5th rebound in this one. Parker with it. Conley picks him up. And Parker, here we go. The 10-footer. Tries again. Stolen by Conley. At the elbow, it's Gasol. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feed. Conley's got his 5th assist in this one. Double team on Parker. West with a wide open look. And the Spurs scoring again.
And immediately looking for the open man when the double team comes to him.
The Grizzlies trail by 3. Conley the pass to Barnes. Conley against Leonard. And it's Conley penetrating. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And Marc Gasol surprisingly nimble for a 7-footer. He really moves his feet well at both ends of the floor.
And when you look at Marc Gasol now versus when he came into the league, remarkable how that body of his, Clark, has transformed.
Kevin, he changed his diet and he dropped a bunch of weight. Believe it or not, he even grows vegetables at his house.
Gentlemen,
he's really gone all in on the transformation of his body.
Clark, good information.
Yes, sir.
How'd
That's
you
what
know
we
all
do.
that stuff?
That's what we do here.
Woo.
Info and entertainment.
Oh. And he knocks down the first one. Clark, looking around the league, there's no team that teams want to play less than the Memphis Grizzlies. They just wear you down.
Well, they play a physical brand of basketball. They play hard. Everybody's on the same page. And even if you beat the Grizzlies, they take a lot out of you in terms of how they try to wear you down.
Boris Diaz checked in for San Antonio. And so Marc Gasol nails both of them.
And the Grizzlies played so well against all the other playoff teams. Part of it is that they just have a style that matches up well with anyone.
West gets the bucket.
What a passing display he has put on here tonight.
Yeah, he's spoiling us, Greg. I mean, there's just another fantastic dime drop right there. That one certainly should make the highlight reel.
Conley with a wide open look. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out.
You know, that's the thing with the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, there isn't a team that gives them too much trouble anywhere in the league. They're good at home and on the road. They're used to playing in tight, low-scoring games, and they create that situation with their deliberate style.
Now here's Conley following the miss by Tony Parker. Now here's Conley. He's got 8. And that misses everything.
Kevin, not a single point in this quarter for him. Obviously, not what they need right now. He's got to score.
Here's Diaw. Moves back up, and it's right, sending it back. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. It's Gasol with the drive. San Antonio with the rebound. Diaw's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Back to Parker. To the inside, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Conley with it. Right wing, the 17-footer. Shot is no good. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Spurs lead by 3. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Tony Parker. And Tony, a lot of tough play out there in that first half. How would you describe this game so far?
A lot of intensity, very physical. We're playing pretty well, but I'm not very happy the way we finished the first half. We had a good lead, and they came back on us, so in the second half, we have to do it again.
Tony, thank you so much. Kevin, a guy who's never satisfied.
All right, Doris, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. We saw LaMarcus Aldridge lighting it up in the first half. He ended up with 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 steal. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, the reserves really came through when they needed a spark. This is a close game. Any points you can get from your bench are huge. I thought the bench guys came in and inserted themselves like they wanted a starting spot. And that's what you want. Subs who are ready to produce the moment they step on the floor.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
I really like how they limited turnovers. You know, they didn't play it too safe. They made some really nice passes. When you can play like this and cut back turnovers, it can add up to over 10, 8, 12, 15, 16 easy points, Ernie. I don't know how many points, a lot of easy points. They'll be in good shape if they can keep making the same smart plays.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. We're seeing a tremendous game from LaMarcus Aldridge.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
And the Grizzlies with possession here. They trail by 3. The always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Aldridge out there with Duncan. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. Now here's Parker following the miss by Zach Randall. And Leonard gets it to go.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Here's Randolph, connects on the 17-footer. Randolph's got 10 points in the game.
And he's made more than his fair share of those today.
Parker with it. Guarded now by Randolph. Green dishes to Aldridge. Duncan outside. Double team on Parker. A shot by Duncan. Nobody around. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Gasol kicks to Randolph.
And guys, Courtney Lee now having completed 7 full seasons, very much the same guy now as he was entering the league. A 3-and-D prototype who will most likely never be a plus playmaker.
Zach Randolph, 2 shots.
The first one falls.
We've seen Randolph playing a good game here. He's got 11 points, and he's contributed 3 points from the line, too.
And those free throws add up, guys. That is extra offense.
And Zach Randolph drops them both. Well, the Spurs, Greg, great at home last year. That's not surprising to anyone who's paid attention. We expect that they're just so tough at home year in and year out.
And Kevin, how about going 33-8 at home last season? And despite being a 6th seed, only the Hawks and Warriors, the 2 best records in the league, won more games at home. Hard to imagine you could be a 6th seed with that kind of success.
And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. 14 points for Zach Randolph.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that. For the Spurs, it was all about being at home. That was a big part of how they went on the run. They won 20 of the last 22 games at home in that stretch, which vaulted them from the bottom of the playoff picture in the West to as high as the 2 seed.
Green, the pass to Duncan. Cannot hit. Good work defensively by Conley. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Here's Lee, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That one on Parker.
And the Spurs at home are so great because they just don't miss. I mean, second in field goal percentage at home, shooting 49%. Also second in three-point percentage made at home with over 39%.
They've been on fire from the free throw line, and that efficiency has really propelled them forward.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And guys, Courtney Lee, not the most flamboyant offensive threat, but he's a steady player at both ends of the floor. Makes threes at a high clip and competes defensively. One of those guys that you don't necessarily win because of, but you sure will win with.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
Randolph, and that's good off the glass that time. Randolph's got 16 points.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
And Courtney Lee out of Western Kentucky, not usually a hotbed of NBA talent, but, you know, Clark, he's having a nice career.
He really is. I mean, playing big minutes for the Grizzlies, Kevin, and they really need his floor spacing and his hard-nosed, versatile defensive ability.
And now, your Spurs dance team.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Guys, thank you. I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was saying to his team. The focus of the discussion was getting their offense to run through LaMarcus Aldridge. Coach stressed the importance of getting the ball in his hands as soon as possible at the start of their possessions. No question he's going to be the key guy for them offensively. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Spurs leading by 4. And Parker gets it to go. The assist from Leonard. 16 points for Parker.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Gasol against Duncan. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Conley against Green. A baseline J. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And you know what? Last season, Tim Duncan added another record to his growing resume. I mean, he passes Karl Malone as the all-time leader in double-doubles.
With Duncan in the double-doubles record, it says so much about just how he has delivered on the floor, Clark, for so long.
Yeah, and if you're wondering, double-doubles didn't get recorded until fairly recently. Don't let that take away from what Duncan has accomplished. He's one of the all-time greats.
Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And Duncan drops them both. Memphis known for how tough they are at home, but they were equally tough, Clark, on the road last season.
Yeah, grit and grind travels well, Kevin. I mean, even on the road, they were able to force teams to play at their pace.
Now here's Ginobili. Following the miss by Zach Randolph. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And, guys, consistency always a key for the Grizzlies. And when you talk of consistency, how about having the same field goal percentage, whether away or at home?
And, you know, to be able to knock down shots on the road the same way you do at home is why the Grizzlies racked up 24 road wins. I mean, it helps when you can attack the basket as they do and work things inside close to the rim.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Carter's checked in. And Parker drops them both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime. Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Poked away. Parker with the steal. And here we go. Parker heading to the hoop. Drops in the breakaway layup. Parker's got 10 points here in the second half. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Spurs?
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Here's Parker after the made shot from Zach Randolph and the wide open shot from Green. And it's Carter penetrating. Randolph can't hit.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside. And, you know, guys, Manu Ginobili's relationship with Greg Popovich has been really interesting over the years. In the beginning, Pop obviously had a rigid system. Ginobili played with a lot more freestyle and freewheeling nature. The two clashed heavily early on, as one might expect.
And the first one drops. Hitting back to Ginobili and Popovich. Everyone thought Popovich would break Ginobili of his reckless ways, but in fact, you know this, it was the opposite.
Yeah, you know, Pop recognized he had something special in Ginobili, and it ended up changing his own philosophy, I mean, which I think speaks to the greatness of Greg Popovich. I mean, he was quoted as saying, you know, he does things, Ginobili, that win games. It taught me to watch a little bit more and not be so micromanagement-like, and not sure Pop's ever said that about anybody else.
And slam dunk by Randolph.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Parker with it, and it's Carter picking him up. And the shot is good. Aldridge has got the lead up to 12 now for the Spurs.
No hesitation when he saw the space the D was giving him. That's 2.
The shot's good from Gasol. San Antonio with the ball. Parker double teamed. Aldridge drives in, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge. Mills, who's checked in for the Spurs. The Grizzlies trail by 10. Conley kicks to Carter. Gasol setting the pick for Carter. From 11 feet away, Tim Duncan grabs the miss.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, they're in a nice zone right now, and that basket looks, you know, it can handle 2 balls at once. It looks like now it could probably, for them, handle 3 or 4 balls at once as well as they're shooting it.
Here's Gasol. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And we know that Marc Gasol was one of the most sought-after free agents this past summer. Clark, all along, most figured he'd be back in Memphis.
Yep, a winning team, max dollars. And don't forget now, he went to high school in Memphis while his brother Powell played there. He's where he belongs.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
Finished the season last year around 80% from the stripe.
And that one falls for Marc Gasol.
Marc Gasol, a first-time All-Star starter last season. He and his brother Powell both starting in that game. The first time that's ever happened in league history, and having both those guys go head-to-head.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. West comes in for Duncan. And Boris Diaw is subbed for LaMarcus Aldridge. He doesn't get the second one.
Oh, listen, no doubt you could argue Marc Gasol is the best center in the league right now. I mean, this guy does it all. Defends, rebounds, passes, scores. I mean, he's also a great teammate. They all love him. And to me, that matters in the big picture. When you're talking about developing chemistry and trust, sometimes the difference between winning and winning it all is whether or not your teammates like you. Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Here's West. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. West has got 6.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Conley dishes to Gasol. No good off the pick.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Now here's Green. He's got 8. Diaw with the screen on Conley. 5 on the clock. The feed to Diaw from 12 feet out. Another one falls for San Antonio.
Got himself into really good position there. Can't pass that shot up, guys.
Carter outside. Diaw with the steal. Mills can't hit.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Feeds to Carter. That's in there. Conley with the assist. 9 points for Vince Carter.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
West a screen on Conley. Over in the corner, Diaw. Ginobili gets a wide open look. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Allen outside. He feeds it to Conley. Good looking screen by Gasol. Conley the pass to Gasol. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Gasol's got it back down to within single digits for Memphis. Now here's Mills. Covered by Conley. West a screen on Conley. Diaw with a wide open look. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. Diaw's got 4 this quarter.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now here is Carter. 9 points in the game so far. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. And that's 19 points for Marc Gasol. The Spurs making a switch here. Leonard's checked in, and the Grizzlies also with the sub. Matt Barnes is checked in for Carter. Ginobili kicks to Mills. Spurs passing it around. Back to Ginobili. Dishes it to West. And no good. Trying to use the glass. The Grizzlies trail by 9. It's not really a surprise at this point, but the Spurs were in the playoffs last year. 18th consecutive appearance.
Yeah, they weren't in that usual top 3 spot, though, although had they won the last game instead of being the 6th, they would have been the second.
Right.
Didn't have that home court advantage, and as they went up against the Clippers, it really cost them in that 7th game.
And against the Clippers, the Spurs didn't have home court advantage. I mean, ended up playing a big part in that series. They ended up losing in Game 7 in Staples with some questionable timekeeping, but that's not why they lost.
And that Spurs series sure didn't feel like a first-round matchup. I mean, you could have easily have seen either team playing for the title, regardless of who won the series. Both teams acknowledge that it felt like a conference finals matchup.
Barnes hits them both. And watching Matt Barnes, he will do all the dirty work for you. He's an instigator. He's an agitator. and he's a team player, I think, at the core. And everywhere he's gone, you know, and he's played for a lot of teams, Greg, he's had that role.
It's a great point. I call him a glue guy. You know, he's not someone who's going to be a volume scorer or a smooth playmaker, but the game really is built on grit, diving for loose balls, taking charges, making hard fouls, you know, whatever it takes to help his team win. I like that line, antagonist. That's a very good way to describe him.
Here is Conley after David West's bucket. Gasol dishes to Conley. They double team Conley. Gasol against West. 6 on the shot clock. Good looking screen by Gasol. Here's Conley. It's rebounded by Leonard.
For Matt Barnes, I really felt last season was one of his best. He was the Tony Allen type defensive guy for Doc Rivers' team. Did all the little things, and he was efficient. Near his career high for three-point percentage and a career low in turnover.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
Outside Conley. Wright sets a screen for Conley. Here's Gasol, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2.
And I know if I were starting a club, Matt Barnes is the type of guy I would immediately look for. He's that tricky enforcer who has just enough skill to hurt you with his game. So him, in my book, equals winner.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know Gasol is playing well. He has 20 points, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
And you can't undervalue the importance of that. Many times a game comes down to which team wins the free throw battle.
Jeff Green, he's checked in for Brandon Wright. And so Marc Gasol nails both of them. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Well, let's see how they play the clock.
Ginobili the pass to Dion. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. Ginobili's got 3 assists now in this one. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Conley kicks to Barnes. Green dishes to Allen. Nice D from Ginobili.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Passes it to Leonard. And it's off from 3-point range. Conley. And the miss. And that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. It's San Antonio. They lead by 9. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break.
I gotta hold down the city. Gotta let you know where I come from.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The 4th quarter of play should begin momentarily. And here's Mills. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. A lot of defense with Conley and Lee in the backcourt. Zach Randolph is out there with Green, and it's Barnes in at the small forward position. Now here's Lee. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Randolph passes to Barnes. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Randolph, a screen on Parker. Conley dishes to Randolph. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Parker double teamed. Here's Duncan. Grizzlies with the rebound. Now Lee. He kicks to Green. A rebound by the Spurs. Aldridge has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Parker drives in. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
That is an elegant move to drop in the floater there, guys.
Randolph, a screen on Leonard. Conley kicks to Randolph. 13 feet away. No good. And San Antonio will go the other way with it.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Here's Lee. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. From 7. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. 24 points for Zach Randolph. Spurs leading by 9. Leonard. And it's good on the assist by Parker.
Great unspoken communication between teammates leading to the nice assist and the easy score.
Kick by Randolph. Down low. Here's Barnes. Tim Duncan grabs the miss. Duncan's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Parker outside. Double team on Parker. 6 to shoot. Leonard the pass to Aldridge. Parker outside. Green with the rebound. Green's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Green with a screen on Leonard. Conley dishes to Green. Nobody near Barnes. From outside off the mark.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
It's Parker with the drive. That shot is good. He's taken 15 and made 10 from the field tonight.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Offensive rebound. Randolph can't hit.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Now here's Duncan. Kicks it to Mills. Fires, high post, and another basket for San Antonio.
When it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles that twine.
And this is a thunderstorm because they got it flowing right now. They are putting on a nice run.
And the wide open shot from Green. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Rejected by Randolph. Misses off the left iron.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Lee.
I like the setup there. Green with a really rock-solid pick.
And Courtney Lee gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
San Antonio making a switch here. Green's checked in, and Memphis also making a switch. White, he's checked in for Matt Barnes. Green kicks to Parker. Double team on Parker. Here's Aldridge. The offensive rebound. Duncan. No good with the layup.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Picked by Randolph. Conley, the pass to Randolph. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Randolph's got 18 points just in the second half.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense is giving him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
Here's Duncan. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Green. Now here's Conley, the fast break opportunity.
Some good play from Conley in this one. He's got 8 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
I love the fact that he plays for his teammates, really spreading the ball around, getting everyone involved. And the Grizzlies, guys, a powerful post-play team. Mike Conley, though, is still the straw that stirs the drink. I mean, he may be the most underrated point guard in our league. His quickness and ability to penetrate the lane brings a great balance to their offense.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
He's a dead eye at the line, fellas. Just call him automatic. He doesn't miss many of those.
Double team on Parker. The drive by Duncan. And it's good, and the assist by Parker. 8 points for Duncan. And Conley at 6'1", about 175. Pretty slight frame, but Clark, he doesn't get pushed around.
Well, he embraces the team's tough defensive style. He gets into you, racks up steals, and he's really a committed defender. Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Now, here's Green. That doesn't go either for Green. Now here is Conley. Over in the corner, Lee. Randolph with the ball. Picked up by Aldridge. Randolph in the posts. Aldridge on him. Randolph can't hit. Leonard dishes to Parker. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Parker. To the middle. Here's Green. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
The Grizzlies trail by 10. Wright sets a screen. Leonard with the steal. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Leonard with the ball. And that one's good. Here's Conley. Outside Randolph. Inside, here's Wright, and he jams it with authority.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounce ability.
Here we go, San Antonio.
Clark, Brandon Wright was moving all over the league last year, all over the map, traded twice, once from Dallas to Boston, then again sent to Phoenix, where he finished up the season.
Kevin, he was only with Boston for 8 games after the trade. He seemed to find a better home when he was with Phoenix.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Marcus All's checked in for Wright, and Allen subbed in for Courtney Lee. Conley with it. He's picked up by Parker. They double team Conley. Here's Green. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
And for Wright, being traded twice He's one of those players that is so efficient, but in small doses. So really the ultimate bench guy to come in and give you minutes in the post.
The Grizzlies trail by 10. Allen kicks to Gasol. They kick it out to Green. Three-pointer. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got 3 assists in the game.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
Now here's Parker. Pass to Duncan. And he uses the glass on the layup. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 15 rebounds. Outside, Green. Here's Randolph. He trains the turnaround jump shot. Randolph's got 8 here in the quarter. Spurs leading by 7. Leonard with the ball. Aldridge a screen. Leonard the pass to Aldridge. And he gets it to go. Aldridge has got 23.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Aldridge against Gasol. Allen drives in, and that'll be Memphis as it goes out of bounds. Grizzlies retain possession. Here's Randolph, and it's Memphis with another.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
San Antonio's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Parker double teamed. Look from Green. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Yeah, and listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
They double team Conley. Here's Gasol. Rebound San Antonio. Clark, if they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Amen. I think that's the best option.
And the dunk by Aldridge.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
You know, he just, like every other coach, can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, well, they're getting pummeled in there. So you've got to figure out a way to make some adjustments to try to change that around. And that's why he needed the timeout.
They double team Conley. Here's Gasol. Gasol can't get that one to fall. The second chance effort, and all around the rim that time before dropping in. Gasol's got 23 points.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
And, Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. A clean look from that range. He's got to take it.
A nice shot by Aldridge.
Here we go, San Antonio. Please give it up for the Spurs dance team.
And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Gasol wide open. He fires. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Pass to Parker. Parker double teamed. Here's Aldridge. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, how about LaMarcus Aldridge in this one? He's got 27 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that'll push the lead to double digits. Both free throws good from Aldridge. The Grizzlies trail by 11. To the inside, and stolen by Aldridge. Conley against Leonard. Green inside the three-point line. It's rebounded by Randolph. Randolph's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Gasol with it. Guarded now by Duncan.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Spurs.
Mark, looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
Yeah, but they did a better job tonight. They made the most of the extra rebounds, too.
And while it's a team game, you can't win without guys showing up. And that was the case tonight for Parker. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
First one falls for him. And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting. His rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
Both free throws good from Aldridge.
You know, on the topic of Aldridge's rebounding, I mean, he doesn't do it by banging people around. He does it with positioning, timing, and length. And you can say that about most of his game. Quietly, effective, and impactful.
Nice shot by Randolph.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball in rhythm.
Clark, they're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, and they don't need to do anything to reinvent the wheel here. I mean, just take time off the clock and squeeze the orange. Don't turn it over.
Now, here's Aldridge. Duncan kicks to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Offensive rebound. They kick it out to Green. Parker outside. Green, the screen. Back to Parker. Outside Aldridge. Leonard on the wing. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubt that they'd come out on top.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
David, obviously a very productive second unit. How does that change this basketball team when they play like that?
I mean, they set the tone. We're a very deep team. Our bench is going to have an advantage most nights.
David, thank you. Kevin, depth always important in the NBA.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you next time.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game. Tony Parker, double figures in both points and assists for the double-double that led the way tonight. He was their motor offensively and really got the team fired up.
He was an artist with the basketball tonight, guys. Just a ridiculous amount of assists for him in this game. The way he moved the ball around the court, making sure everyone had their hand in the offense, was superb. That's how you play the point in this league, ladies and gentlemen.
Tony Parker is putting on a show. The Sabone assassin does it again. Man, see, he started out as a traditional one guard, bringing the ball up, getting to the backfiller. But now the team, it leans on him.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.